Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to my Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And today's lesson is going to be about how basically the world has become, less spiritual, dumber, weaker, overall more reliant on other people and other things. All right. So, and there's a lot that goes into this, and one of the things that actually inspired, there's multiple different inspirations to this lesson. Okay, so the first thing I can just be quick about it, it's just this video I saw, like where scientists noticed that the name of Yahweh is in every person's breath. It's basically, it's also in the strand of DNA. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Get this out the way.
Did you know that scientists have actually found the name of God in our DNA? While exploring the nucleic acids in our DNA, scientists actually found a sequence that spells the name of God. The sequence revealed these 4 letters, Yod, He, Fa, He, which actually spells the name of God. And the sequence is found in every person's DNA. It's the thumbprint of God, proving that He's real. If you believe that God is real, like and share this, put a thumbs up in the comments, and go find me on YouTube for more.
So, he said Yod, He, Vav, He, but they know it's YH, where is it?
Exploring the nucleic acids in our DNA, scientists actually found a sequence that spells the name of
YHWH. Okay, because V had not been created all those times before. So yeah. Anyway, that's one of the inspirations. The next inspiration was this one show, anime that I had seen. With basically this character made mention that people are not as spiritual as they were before, and it is a result of a lot of this technology thing, where like technology, and that's another thing. That's a kind of a bit of a side note right quick, which technology also has become people's gods as well, because number one, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, and this is why this is a bit of a complicated thing to talk about, because there's many different ways that someone can look at it. So there's one person, I think it was Pitbull, that was a famous artist or whatever, had said that I don't have a phone because when people are on their phone, it looks like they're praying with it, because they have their phone in their hand, cupped in their hand and whatnot, and they're like over here like staring at it and whatnot. So that's one thing. And it's also the fact that the technology takes up a majority of most people's times, as well as that, like when your number one priority should be, YAHAWASHI, which I'll even say, speaking for myself first and foremost, I do kind of spend most of my free time on some form of technology, which whether it be for some sort of self-enjoyment and entertainment, or working, or trying to do something or whatever. All right. So outside of that, so yes, it is, technology has its uses, and it is convenient, yes, but also at the same time it is also very dangerous. Okay, because while what I'm doing right here, I am using technology to make this lesson, but it doesn't mean that I'm making it my God in the sense of, look at the thing that I'm doing. It is something that the Lord wants me to do. What the Lord wants me to, push out this truth. So this is, in that sense, putting work towards the Lord, rather than me worshiping, technology. Okay, and that's another thing. Being able to give up certain things. Let me actually get this. Okay, all right. Matthew chapter 19, verse 21, Yahawashi said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Verse 22, it says, But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, and for he had great possessions. Then said Yahawashi unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. But the thing is, that's a part of it. But it's also the parallel. The lesson in these three verses is that when you have a lot of possessions, then you get puffed up and you think that you are great because you have that possession. You have that possession, okay? And because you have those possessions, you're very less likely to give those up, for anything, all right? So as a result of that, it does essentially become your God in a way, because you're prioritizing those possessions over YAHAWASHI. In addition to that, the parallel from just possessions is also technology. Are you able to say, you know what, I'm not gonna touch any. I can't do that because I have to make. Well, I could technically do that. Are you able to say, are you able to give up technology for the sake of YAHAWASHI? Are you able to, like, say for example, I'm gonna throw away my PS5, I'm gonna throw away my thing and focus solely on the Lord, which is basically what Yahawashi was saying to that young man, all right? And because he's incapable of doing it, that goes to show. And it's the same thing. Are we able to say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to completely stop doing all these other unnecessary things? So yeah, I'll work, and then all my every second, every minute of my free time is not going to spend on any of my hobbies. It's just going to be spent solely on this work. Okay, so and that's where that comes in. If you're only gonna do work for money and stuff like that, and then work for the Lord. All right, are you? And that's the thing. That was basically the thing that I was getting at. In order to be perfect, all right. So because he wasn't able to do it, he ran away crying. And this is the thing that we ourselves, kind of, I guess, are we able to do that? And I'll say, that would be pretty hard for me personally. I would say, I'm going to be honest. I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say that, you know what? Yeah, I do see how that is a hard thing to do. All right. But, ultimately, as a matter of fact, a brother had a dream, which I was in. He was saying like, oh yeah, I had a dream that it was time to go. We had to go someplace or whatever. There was some issue. Like, I think it was some sort of similar event that was close to Jacob's trouble, okay? And he basically said that, this is so sad. This is sad, but he was basically saying that he was like packing stuff. Like when he was packing, he was trying to fit his PS5 in the thing to take with him. And the reason why I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing because I'm putting myself in his shoes. I'm thinking that, damn, I would probably do the same thing. All right, I would probably want to do the same thing. Like, when Jacob's trouble hits, am I gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna drop this PS, I'm gonna leave this PS5 here, and then leave, and just leave without it? Like, I'm never gonna see that. I'm never gonna see it again, and stuff like that. Like, that's basically the type of that's basically the type of stuff that like, am I able to do that? All right, because it's that's gonna, number one, that's gonna slow you down, but it's also a matter of, like, do you actually love love it that much that it is that important to you, like that is that's an essential item, okay? Like not just being able to get through things, because obviously, let's say for me personally, yeah, I would probably get the essentials of like maybe a bit of food, if need be. If I just to say what I would pack with me, I would say maybe a few change of clothes, a bit of food, obviously my Bibles and my notes and all that stuff like that. That's pertaining to YAHAWASHI. So those are the things I would take the most, okay? But in addition to that, I would also want to take my PS5. But the thing is, the problem with that is, in the dream, basically the message that he was trying to he got was you were taking, he was looking to find a way to take his PS5 for a majority of the dream, and in the event that something bad happened, like you're just not going to be able to take it, because now you're in danger because you took too much time trying to pack up the PS5 to take with you when it didn't fit in your stuff. You put all your other stuff there, and now you can't bring your thing in because it doesn't fit, and there's nowhere to put it because it's just too big or whatever, and it just doesn't fit. It's not gonna work as a carry-on thing and whatnot. So as a result of that, like that is the crazy thing about it. Like, are we in this truth are able to give up everything else for YAHAWASHI? All right, and honestly, call YAHAWASHI for that dream, because it made me think. It made me think, and not, well, yes, think about what I would do, because I didn't get the dream, but it made me think about how I need to get my priorities straight, all right, as well as do more, all right, and I'd like to think that as a result of where I'm at right now, okay, because I had made the realization that previously I felt like I wasn't doing enough in this truth. So, well, not necessarily not just doing enough, but no, I was doing the bare minimum. Slakia, I was doing the bare minimum, and I think that was it felt like it was not enough in my eyes. Thinking about YAHAWASHI, I thought, maybe this is not enough, me doing the bare minimum, all right, which was, 3 videos a week and whatnot. As I heard elders say, you need to do 3 videos a week and whatnot. So I thought, yeah, let me just do 3 videos a week. Let me do that, blah blah blah, and I'm good. And I was consistent. I always did that, but the only times I would miss it, honestly, was when I would get some sort of a community guideline strikes, and then it was YouTube that was preventing me from being able to stay consistent. So then as I felt, like I really I don't feel like I'm making YAHAWASHI my priority, my God, in the way that I'm doing things. So I feel like I need to do more, which is why I basically made my own, I made it an obligation for me to upload a video a day. I basically am now attempting to do so, okay? Which, again, it all ties in, Slacky about the very long tangent, but it all ties in the sense that, we need to be more spiritual. And even us in this truth, there are some aspects in our lives where we are at the same time, tragically enough, victims to the results of the Babylonian mindset. Okay, I'll also say that just recently, I believe this month, I feel like I've realized, I've come to the realization that me personally, my reading abilities, my attention, and as well as my attention span has dropped substantially compared to 5+ years ago. All right, so before I would be able to focus a lot better, but now, like, comparatively, like, it's very hard, and my mind keeps on wandering when I'm trying to stay on a certain topic. All right, so even when we are trying our best to do it, the wicked influence of Babylon, it still is able to get it because it's very strong. So we need to do our best to resist it. But it's also a matter of putting in good practices. All right. So, this is where a lot of these things comes in, where Esau wants to but Esau wants to take the place and rewrite biology, rewrite not necessarily history, well, yes, history as well, but rewrite everything to fit his ideal world, his ideal reality. All right, which, as I said before, I tried to take steps to rectifying that, and to try to minimize and mitigate Esau's influence on me. And the way I did it was by taking time to not just do the bare minimum. All right, let me get this. I think it's oh man, I forgot. If you bear with me. Okay, yeah. Second Peter chapter 1. Second Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Okay, so it's basically, if you are constantly making sure that you are in tune with YAHAWAH, you're constantly on fire. All right, let's get that on fire. Revelation chapter 3 verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. Cold, being Babylonian, hot being on fire in this truth. Okay, I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Okay, so that was the whole lukewarm spirit that I wanted to get rid of just being a minimalist and doing just enough to get me in the kingdom. Okay, which I don't even know if that truly is like the proper, term to use it, term in terms of if that's an accurate representation of, like, if whatever the accurate quantity of if someone would be able to make it in the kingdom of heaven or not. Like, you are constantly studying, but you're only studying 3 days a week. All right, so and not even the whole day, but just 3 days, 3 times a week. Like that's the thing. Like, and I understand that some people might have more free time than others. Okay, but the issue is that we, being in the truth, we have to do the best that we can to go above and beyond for YAHAWASHI, because understand this, like when you think of the parallel, because if you are a man, then your head is YAHAWASHI, and the head of YAHAWASHI is Yahawah. So we as a man, we also are above the women. So the women, we would, as a man, we would want our women to, go above and beyond for us, and the women would want their kids to go above and beyond for them, or whoever or whatever is under them. You would want them to go above and beyond, not just do, the minimal for you. All right. So in that sense, we attempt to go above and beyond. All right. So as a result of that, I am, I thought, what, I don't like that I am, Slocky, I don't like that I am, like getting a bit in tune with the Babylonian society. I want to rectify that, so I'm going to get more closer to Yahawadah, SHAMAIWAN. All right. So as a result of that, that's why you got me making a video a day now. All right. So call Yahawadah for putting that spirit in me to even want to do more, and not just saying, okay, yeah, I'll just add an extra day. I'll do 4 videos. I'll do 4 videos a week and whatnot. All right. But instead of that, I just said, okay, you know what? Let me take it just as best as I can go in the most realistic possible scenario that I can go on, which is, every day. I need to remember the Lord every day. I need to do something for the Lord every day. I need to, get on His good side every day. Like it's not sometimes and this this time, especially, now with all the prophecies that's coming to pass, with how things are in Babylon, we definitely want to see more and more. We definitely want to see more and more on how we definitely want more and more prophecies come to pass. We definitely want Yahawadah to have our backs during, Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose. All right. So if you are, getting ready now, then what's the worry? Okay. If you are taking things seriously, yesterday, all right, then of course, like you have to, as you are accumulating a lot of spiritual wealth, as it says in Matthew chapter 6. Let's get that. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And this is our goal, to lay up treasures for ourselves in the kingdom of heaven. All right. So, I also want to get into right quick some more of these inspirations. Slocky about that once again. About how more so on how people are becoming less and less attached to their apparently biological DNA. All right. So next thing is people claiming that they don't need an education. So I will say, for the most part, that when you get to a certain level, academic level, all right, there are some things where they're just wasting your time in school. All right. So like if they're teaching you chemistry, I think that's kind of a bit of a waste, and that's kind of like unnecessary. But for the most part, a lot of the things that they are teaching you in, especially high school, you're definitely going to either you're going to need it. Well, it's not necessarily you're going to need it, but it will definitely help you greatly. And the reason why I say this is because I was just reading I had Googled randomly, because I randomly Googled the dark truth about Peter Pan, because I heard that all of these Disney movies, okay, were inspired by super dark film. All right. Now, I was reading this article about Peter Pan, like with dark truths about it, and they were basically all they said was, I read, like, I literally was reading it slowly. Slacky, I was reading it slowly, trying to understand, oh, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is it dark? And literally, a majority of the thing, I didn't even finish reading it because I was just bored, and I just thought, this is just stupid because the author is, overhyping it, and they're making it seem like it's absolutely insane and crazy when it's not. When all they were basically saying was they repeatedly said, "Oh, it's really dark. Oh, it's dark. It's dark. This, that, and third. It's terrible, tragic, dark." Using these freaking buzzwords and trying to appeal to people by saying certain words, keywords, dark, tragic, and dark and tragic. All right, in order to make people think that, oh yeah, this is going to be so juicy and whatnot, when in actuality all they said was, which basically the history that I had read from that one article, because I was going to search it up, but I just thought, it's just not worth it. Anyway, the thing was that it was the author, the original person who created Peter Pan. It was based off of another story that he made, and in that other story, it was this kid that stayed. There was a baby that was born, and the baby left its body and went to another world or something like that, and then he retained his youth. And everything that involved, like, being adult and growing up as an adult and whatnot, he hated it. So with the whole Captain Hook and stuff like that, he would kill pirate. Whenever he saw pirates, he would just kill them without hesitation, just because he saw some sort of adults. In addition to that, he would also kill any other kids that started to grow up. All right, just mercilessly kill the kids. And over here, I'm thinking that, or Slakia, in addition to that, they said that the author had lost his brother when he was really young, when the author was really young, and that played a part because he was spending a lot of time with his nephew from another another relative's kid. Okay, when he was an adult. All right, and then they thought, okay, you know what, that's a little bit weird, but it wasn't like the author had molested the kids or anything like that. He was just spending a lot of time playing games with him and whatnot, like trying to act like a kid and be a kid with said kid. All right, that was quite literally it. All right, and I'm over here thinking that they were about to say that it is about, the author molested something because he was afraid. He did something to some little girl. He did something to a little boy or whatever like that. This is literally what I had in mind when they were saying dark. But that's also another thing on how Babylon has become weaker, because they, and I'm not saying that I was expecting that because I wanted that. I was expecting it because when I hear of dark and tragic, I hear of something that's actually over the top. So I'm over here expecting, like, oh, I'm curious in these few minutes. I'm curious, so let me read and check this out. But like, they were taking a whole long time just to say a bunch of nothing, and that is the thing that I have a problem with. Number one, people are more so taking small things and blowing them up to be bigger than what they actually are. Am I saying that the dude is okay, is all right for, hanging out with a bunch of little kids? No, maybe not. Okay, sure. I don't know. I don't care. That's not that big of a deal, because he didn't hurt them in any way. All he did was play games with them and just spend time with them. Like, wouldn't you want an uncle or a father figure in your kid's life. All right. So like this is the thing that like people are taking things and changing them up to be really bad, when they really aren't. All right. So with that, there's also the so number one, as I said before, changing things and making them more crazy, more dark than when in actuality they're not actually that bad. Okay, like if someone had said, if he had done something, if he had committed a crime or whatever, then okay, yeah, you would have had a thing. But that's just one of the things. In addition to that, the article was so like, obviously everything was spelled correctly and whatnot, but the actual content of what they were attempting to portray, it was poorly written. Okay, everything was proofread, it was spelled correctly, punctuation and all that, grammar was there, but in terms of the actual content and like the messages they're trying to illustrate in the article, it was poorly written in that sense, in that regard. All right, and I'm very surprised that that article, that publisher allowed that story to be published, because once again it goes to show that these people in general, like they don't know like how to read and write properly. All right, and which is crazy because I probably could have done a better fucking story than that. Which, and I'm not even a professional writer in any sense, or in any sense of the word. I'm just like, when I went to school, I actually learned. I actually did all the stuff. I actually did all the homework. But people, again, as I said before, and I keep on repeating this, slocky about that, but it's just, this is like the sad reality of it. Like, people are not smart, and people are like, people are dumb. I'm telling you, people are genuinely dumb. That was the second thing. People are dumb. They claim that they don't need education, when in actuality a lot of this education would have helped them out in freaking their line of work if they had actually paid attention in school and do all this stuff. It's lucky about that. Oh, I know this is it's kind of getting off topic, but that's basically just a big thing of what I wanted to talk about. Basically how people, they don't want to listen. They want to go off of their own knowledge and their own beliefs and their own belief systems. All right, they don't care about what is better, what's factual, and listening to other people. That which is another thing. Just because someone is old, then that means that's a red flag to Babylonians today. They don't recognize and I'm not saying that just because someone is old, that means that they have valuable information. That's not the case. But this is just how I'm talking about. I'm talking in a Babylonian sense, where they are allergic to wisdom and knowledge. They're allergic to, being proper and intelligence. All right, they don't really like that. They like pseudo intellectuals and stuff like that, who think that they know what they're talking about, when in actuality they're just like clowns, and they don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, another thing is this whole, which also kind of leads into from intellect to wisdom, which is, again, people not wanting to heed wisdom from other people. They want to make their own, quote unquote, make their own mistakes, which I've heard so many times. Okay, like it is very foolish that someone else that has been in your situation before, Slakia, someone else that's been in your situation before is telling you how to resolve a problem, but yet you don't want to listen to them. You just want to go and do whatever you wanted to do, when you can avoid so many issues, so many problems, by just taking the steps that the person that is an expert on your field knows about it, and they can resolve your problem quickly, and without you having to go through any trouble. All right, this is a big thing that that Babylonians are just so fixated on wanting to do. They want to make their own mistakes rather than learning from other people's mistakes, which is that's like the whole purpose of the scriptures. You don't need to say, for example, if you are a so-called black man stopped by the police, you don't need to be gunned down by the police in order to learn your lesson that, okay, you know what, maybe I should shut up and not piss off the police in order to live the encounter. Okay, when someone else is telling you, hey, just agree with the police. If they are going to arrest you regardless of whether you're innocent or not, let them arrest you, and then handle the situation afterwards. All right, don't give them a reason to kill you and whatnot. So if you are saying, oh hell no, this and you want to fight, then you're gonna have to deal with the consequences, and then it's just gonna be too late for you. Your life is already gonna be in shambles because you didn't listen. And then when you're a fucking old person, when you're an old man or old woman or an old bitch, whatever, all right, then you're gonna be like, oh, when I was your age, I should have listened to this, blah blah blah. Don't make the same mistake that I did. And then it's gonna be a whole freaking cycle of the same dumbasses that this or Slocky. Yes, actually, yes. Funnily enough, because I also did a video on reincarnation, just yesterday, where it's gonna be the same dumbasses that are making the same dumb mistakes, yet they have the same people that can guide them, but they don't want to hear those people guiding them. They just want to do the same dumb stuff that they're doing. All right, Slocky about that. But yeah, this is Slocky. That's another thing about it. It also ties in to people wanting to create their own, saying that we create our own morals. All right, which is not true. Morals, the same way that a parent dictates, which actually, funnily enough, I can't even say that. Well, I can say that because that's how Babylon wants to think now. They think that children should be able to, there's a whole duality to it. Like, they think kids can't make their own decisions, but yet they want kids to make their own decisions for certain things that involve, like, the whole alphabet stuff. Okay, I was about to fuck up. I'm not gonna lie, I was about to fuck up. In terms of the whole thing, they want kids to make life-altering decisions in that regard, but the parent and they don't want the parents to have any say in it, or they don't want the parents to be able to choose how to raise their own children, which is why a lot of people today, and this is people in the truth as well as people in Babylon, okay, that are saying, homeschool your children, okay, because they just can't really, they're afraid that these public schools, these schools or whatever, are going to corrupt their children, and they are right to fear that, okay, because these public schools, they have been corrupting children and making them think and believe in certain things. All right. Slakia. Now, Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 17, thine heart was filled. Slakia. Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 17, thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings that they behold thee. So over here we see that someone's heart, it says thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. So this one thing is, they obviously, it's not, Babylon is not technically beautiful in our eyes because there's a lot of ugliness that we see spiritually. So spiritually it is ugly, but in the sense of carnally, yes, it is. There's a lot of beauty in it. Like, say for example, that's hard. That's really hard to say. There's a beauty in the sense of, like, people being able to, people having a lot of freedoms. All right. There's beauty in the sense of people being able to make having a lot of opportunities in jobs and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But in actuality, all right, this is not as also people having wealth, all right, but compared to other countries, that's what I mean, wealth compared to other countries. But the thing is that it is corrupted, and at the end of the day, the Lord is going to destroy them for their corrupted, quote unquote, beauty. All right. Now, Psalm chapter 14 from the top. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. All right. So, with this in mind, there's also this about Esau, Edom. Where is it? Fuck. That is, and I remember. I wish I could find it, but I don't remember the title or anything about it. But basically, there was with this because this reminded this it says scientists noticing the name of the true God in every breath. All right. So I didn't even realize that this said Christians. Anyway, basically the meaning of this, or the understanding behind this, is that genetically, as I previously said before, genetically we have YAHAWASHI, as well as genetically people are predisposed to believing in a God, in that there is a God. All right. So as a result of that, all right, what Esau's trying to do, I think there was this. I remember this, but I can't remember where it was from. There was this person, or there was this article or whatever, where people were saying that they were taking some stuff, and what happened as a result of it was they said they lost their connection to God. That's what they said. All right. So as a result of that, like, this is what Esau's trying to do. Esau's trying to dumb people down. Okay, which is a result of people getting weaker and less connected spiritually, as well as turning people into a blank canvas / a vegetable, so that they can replace all of the Lord's work with their own likeness. All right. Let me see if I can find that. I think I had that. Okay. I think this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down from the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, Slakia. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the depths, to the sides of the pit. Okay, so this was the thing. Like these Esau Edom wants to be in the place of. Let me get that. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your fathers ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there was no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So, just as their father, they want to take the place of YAHAWASHI. All right, he wants to, be the new God, which is apparently what they wanted to do with the whole Project Bluebeam. All right, so with the whole Project Bluebeam, what I heard from it, okay, was basically they wanted to show some spectacle that I already did a video on this, but yeah, basically it was to summarize it quickly, it was a major big spectacle, a holographic spectacle, similar to the whole. Oh, I just actually got another video of it. But if you've seen the movie Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever it's called, it was Mysterio making people think that he was a hero when in actuality he was manipulating the people. There is also this, if my video bear with me.
Welcome to AFK Journey,
Okay, so basically, like, I was very surprised because I saw this is an old movie, I guess. 2016. Okay, so almost 10 years ago, and basically what happened in here, well, you're about to see.
One orders around Seto Kaiba. No one. You said tech has its limits.
So basically, obviously this is an anime, and it's Japanese, but the fact of the matter, or the understanding, is still the fact that he's manipulating reality by making something seem to be real. All right. It also goes even further in the next scene. I think the next scene.
Wrong. There are no limits when you're as brilliant as Seto Kaiba. Then let's get to.
All right, so obviously this is all not real. This is not actively real, but the message still stands by. Like, look at how they thought that it was real. And this is technology that was already introduced, because it was also seen in the. I hope I don't get this freaking video taken down because of the freaking Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Or no, it should be good because it's on YouTube. Anyway, the thing is, people are seeing things as real, though that's not real. These aren't real. That's not real in the actual show, because there is no way for them to actually, for Kaiba to make any of that real. He's making it real through technology. He didn't actually build a giant dragon. He built the holographic technology to make things seem real, just like they did with the whole Mysterio thing. He made all those elemental monster shits seem real. All right, so yeah, with that, Esau's going to do the same thing with the whole blue beam stuff, and as people are going to be saying, okay, well, yeah, this has to be real. Like, this is real. I see it right there. I see it right in front of me. So I'm going to trust in whatever I see. All right. Because, and that also ties into what I was saying before, with how people are less spiritual than, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 years before. Okay. People are less spiritual because they don't believe in something. They need to see something to believe in something. All right. So they don't have that faith. Faith is the things that are not seen. All right. Let me see if I can do that. Faith is. Things which are not. All right, so 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. All right, so the things that we can't see, the God that we serve, the God that we follow, that's not seen, that's eternal. But the gods that these people but see, all right, that these people believe in, all right, that they can see are temporal, all right. That's a separation between us in this truth and these people that are going to believe in that, blue beam shit, all right. So Ephesians chapter 4 verse 27, neither give place to the devil. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needed. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of his mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Yahawah, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. So, basically, to end this out, perfect verses to end it out on is, we need to fill that void, fill that longing, that desire, the desires that we have with YAHAWASHI, all right. In addition to that, we need to constantly be busy with fulfilling our desires for YAHAWASHI and doing more than doing what we can for YAHAWASHI in order to, stay on fire and not lukewarm or cold. All right. So as a result of that, we are getting close. We need to do our best to stay closer and get closer and closer to YAHAWASHI. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abad Babal, and Shalom.